Yeah, about 20 years ago, I was in the habit of swimming 100 lengths of the pool, and I used to just do it continuously. And then suddenly one day, 20 years ago, I felt tired and stopped after 50, had a little rest, swam the next 50. And that just kept on going. And by the end of that 1 year, I was swimming 100 lengths, but I was stopping after every 10. And since then, in the following 19 years, it's just slowly gone down. Both the speed, the number of strokes has gone up, the number of laps has gone down. So now, if I go to the pool, I'll swim 10 lengths, and I'll swim 1 length only, and then I'll rest for 3 or 4 minutes until I get my breath back to enable me to swim again. I went to the GP, obviously, after about 3 or 4 years, got respirometry tests, my lungs were healthy as anything. And that, as far as he was concerned, there was nothing more to happen. The next thing that happened was I was working in Japan, 2013, and felt I had high blood pressure. Went to the doctor there. He was a cardiologist. He measured the width of my abdominal cavity with a ruler, then he measured the width of my heart, and he said hypertrophy of the left ventricle. He didn't make a diagnosis, and my Japanese was no better than his English. So, we got some information. I came back, changed my GP, and then about 3 years ago, I talked to her about my breathlessness, which is quite severe. I can walk uphill very, very slowly. I stop every 20 metres. A set of stairs, I'm gasping at the end of a flight of stairs, no matter how slowly I go up. Anyway, she sent me for respirometry again, beautiful lungs. But she then sent me off to a cardiologist. He wanted an echocardiogram. The results came back. He got me in. He said, doesn't look like normal congestive heart failure. It might be something called amyloidosis. And he sent me off for scintigraphy at the hospital, and it came back, there was a massive accumulation of tracer in my heart, probably more in my heart than in my bones. So I sort of stage 2 by that time. Anyway, that was a year and a half ago. I got a positive diagnosis. After 18 years of not knowing why I was getting increasingly breathless.
So apart from your breathlessness, is there any other symptoms that you can share?
Yeah, well, breathlessness, you just slow down and you cope with it. So, and it's obviously very slowly. For the last 10 years or so, I've just got slowly, there's virtually very little change in my breathlessness, just a bit, as determined by swimming. But I do have a range of other symptoms, most of which I didn't realise were related to amyloidosis because I didn't even know I had them. Tinnitus. I have a ringing in my ears, not very bad. Only hear it at night, not a problem. My mouth is dreadful. I have really problems. I have acid reflux. I have a dry mouth. I hate food because the texture is so awful. Eating's a chore. And I do have an enlarged tongue. That's not particularly a problem, but you have to be careful what you do. Beyond that, peripheral neuropathy, yeah, I've had that obviously for as I said, probably 10 years, and I did all this hanging of arms over the side of the bed business to make it better. That doesn't work any longer. I take nortriptyline, which just magic. Before I took nortriptyline, I couldn't sleep at all. It was like my hands were on fire, just inflamed, flames, and just incredible pain. And nortriptyline now controls it. I'm titrating nortriptyline up. I started at 10, I'm now at 70 mg per day. And at 100, we'll have to do something else because you can't go higher. I have GI tract problems. I have severe constipation, but it's under control. I take a couple of drugs for that. It's under control. Urination. My bladder must be solid, because it is of no use. There's no way you can expel urine faster than not trying at all. And also there's an interminable wait to start. So these are hassles, they're not that bad. Impotence, completely impotent. I mentioned it yesterday. Viagra is a complete waste of time, but I guess I'm going to have to go off to some special clinics to solve that one. That's probably insomnia. Now, I'm not sure insomnia is related to amyloidosis as well. Obviously, peripheral neuropathy keeps you awake at night, but if it's under control, there are still nights where I'll sleep 1 hour a night. So that's basically my story. Yeah.